Okay, let's unpack this. Today's deep dive takes us straight to Kuala Lumpur. We're focusing on Talisa at Bangsar Hill Park. That new luxury residential development.
Right. It's being pitched as an urban resort. The idea is blending sort of city life with a bit of tranquility.
Hmm.
So our mission today really is to sift through the info you've gathered. We want to figure out what makes it tick. For people looking to buy a home there and also for potential investors, just get a clear picture.
And here's where it gets really interesting for me. Can it actually deliver that serene escape? I mean, it's right in the middle of bustling Bangsar.
Yeah.
Seems like a bit of a paradox, right?
That's the core question, absolutely. Designers often grapple with that.
So, okay, for homeowners then,
Yeah.
let's look at this urban resort idea.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the standard stuff, like, a nice pool, I think it's Olympic length. What did your sources say really makes Talisa different?
Well, a couple things really jumped out. First, this Sunsuria care concept. It's an on-site community care hub. They'll have certified nurses available. Yeah, and also dedicated pet-friendly zones, which, really speaks to modern needs. It offers real peace of mind, maybe for families, older residents, definitely pet owners. That's a big group.
A group often forgotten in condo planning, yeah.
Exactly. And they've also got a shuttle service planned, which is pretty smart, actually. Tackles that last mile issue getting to the Bangsar LRT station nearby.
Okay, so practical touches too.
Uh-huh.
And what about the building itself?
Architecturally, it's ambitious. Set to be Bangsar's tallest residential tower.
Wow, tallest.
Yep. So, think panoramic views. And it's aiming for a provisional Green RE Silver certification, which means things like energy-efficient air conditioning, EV charging stations, that kind of sustainable focus.
That feels quite forward-thinking, definitely important now.
But, and this is a big but, that prime location comes with challenges. Your sources definitely flagged potential trade-offs for homeowners.
Like what? Traffic?
Oh, yeah. Significant traffic congestion is almost a given in that area, plus potential noise pollution and just the sheer high population density of the whole development.
So we're back to that urban resort paradox. How peaceful can an oasis be when it's right in the thick of it?
Precisely. It really puts the pressure on the internal design, doesn't it? Can it effectively create that insulated feeling?
Makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. How does all this stack up for you, thinking as a potential investor? Bangsar's reputation is pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
Resilient market, good tenant pool, expats, professionals.
Absolutely. And connecting that to Talisa, the proposition looks quite compelling, mainly because of its pricing. It seems competitively priced, especially when you compare it to freehold options nearby. It creates a potentially attractive entry point.
Okay.
Our analysis points towards a realistic gross rental yield of, say, 4.5% to 5.0%, which is pretty decent. Its newness and all those amenities we talked about should make it a strong rental magnet.
Right. Tenants like new and shiny. But you mentioned pricing against freehold. There's a key factor here, the leasehold tenure. How does that really affect the long-term investment picture, especially in such a prime spot?
Yeah, that's a crucial question and something investors always weigh up. Look, the prime location definitely helps mitigate it somewhat. But generally speaking, leasehold does tend to moderate long-term capital appreciation compared to freehold. It just does.
So less potential for prices to skyrocket over, say, 20, 30 years.
Kind of. It positions Talisa more as a stable, cash flow-focused asset. Good for rental income. Probably best suited for maybe a medium-term hold, think 10, maybe 15 years, rather than purely chasing speculative capital gains.
Okay, so income over appreciation, perhaps?
Pretty much. Although it's worth adding, the developers are Sunsuria and Suez Capital. They have a solid track record, which certainly helps de-risk the investment from a delivery standpoint.
Right, developer reputation matters. So pulling all these threads together then, it sounds like Talisa at Bangsar Hill Park is trying to offer this quite complete lifestyle package, but at a price point that reflects its leasehold status.
Exactly. It's an interesting mix. Aspiration meets pragmatism, maybe.
Yeah, I like that. So at the end of the day, for residents, it really boils down to whether that internal design, the amenities, the whole urban resort vibe, whether it can truly create that luxurious, insulated feel despite the Bangsar bustle outside.
Mm-hmm. And for investors, it's about securing that stable rental income stream.
Yep.
But you have to be comfortable with the leasehold tenure being the main trade-off against potentially higher capital growth elsewhere.
So it really forces you, the listener, to think. When you weigh the appeal of something brand new, packed with features, this urban sanctuary idea, against the reality of the busy surroundings and that leasehold title, what do you actually value most in your next investment or your potential new home?